Okay, so we started looking into the human side of AI, where we went through a few things, started off by talking about functional, general, and then narrow AI, where we mentioned, just a quick recap, where we mentioned briefly the whole idea of that general AIs can actually function almost as well as normal people and would probably potentially take over the world, more or less, falling into general AI. And we're saying that's more or less not practical, or at least we are years away from that happening in real life. People have different arguments. Some people strongly say we'll never get to that point. But then also we earlier weeks we mentioned that due to the high computational power being made available to us these days, yes, AI has become a boom, and hence some of the functional things are becoming possible. And we mentioned things like GPUs in the past, but recently we talk about things like quantum computing and also DNA computing becoming more or less possible, and hence improving the power of computation for to enable AI, but still miles or years away, or decades or centuries away from general AI. Please don't quote me if this happens in the next couple of years or decades. Right. So then we dug a bit more again, general AI, and went a bit more on the human side of things, where we started more or less looking at our own self, our potential choices, and also look at, in terms of the AI field, which particular roles you will potentially be taking. But then we emphasize that there is no, it's not cut and dried, which means that it's not like you have to do a specific role and you cannot do the other. There are gray areas. There are people who take multiple roles, and there are people who get promoted or move up in the industry, for example. So the first one we talked about was the decision maker, or you can say the boss. I'll say some people don't like the term boss, but pretty much the person that makes the decision. They are usually the risk takers, because they are investing financially into it, either investing or making the funds available for you as well. They are not necessarily the technical expert, but usually they are very good at keeping teams or assembling teams for you. Can I confirm, can you hear me if I talk at this particular pace and tone level? Okay. So I'm talking to myself. Can you hear me though?
Yes.
Are you okay with everything I've talked about to this point so far? Could you hear me all right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Thank you. Then took us to the analyst, who sits between the decision makers, take their vision and translate it in a way that is close to what the data scientist can work with. And that, of course, took us to the data scientists who will be building the actual AI, those who understand the statistics, understand the numbers, and will be building the models for us. Then the engineers, who will then make sure that the data is made available in a way or format that the scientists can more or less work with. So engineers responsible for making the data possible, or making the data available, or making sure that it can successfully be transferred from point A to point B. And I believe that took us to the product creator. So if you're thinking about it as final packaging in forms of something like APIs, so people don't have to understand what goes on within the black box, but pretty much in terms of just providing some inputs to get some outputs. So in terms of final packaging of the model to make available externally would be where the product creators will come in. And that took us to talking about augmenting ourselves. And we looked at X.AI, and that's where we sort of wrapped out things. And with augmenting ourselves, we're looking at different tools or different options available to us that we can start using to improve our productivity more or less, or even just for the fun of it, or just to make us stand out. So this is where we were. I'm just going to start my recording on the side for the slides. So it should be with us in a few seconds. So hopefully you can see my slides. Like I said, it's going to be a lot of videos for this session. Some of them hopefully you've seen before and others. Before I continue, can I ask, do you have a question for me, or are you happy for us to continue?
Continue.
Good. So I'm looking at things or some examples, and the question is, you can think about an AI writing assistant. So basically we have things like the autocomplete. We looked at like Word, for example. Some of them use machine learning to suggest different ways where you can finish sentences, or what you start a sentence, give you a suggestion, you just do a swipe or you double tap and straight away complete your sentence for you. And these are trainable, right? So you just basically look at your writing style. So let's say if you use jargons a lot, or you speak another language, in my case, I speak Twi, maybe I'll say some words. It will try to auto suggest, I'll correct it, even though it has no clue what I'm trying to say. Next time, if I use that word, it wouldn't try to suggest. And I think if you chat a lot, or even use WhatsApp, you know, these things happen, right? So basically it learns how you write, and then basically try to help you write faster. So if you think about that for the general conversations or note taking and other things, how about one for coders, right? Where it will really understand your syntax and efficient ways of writing code. And I know this is really also a massive research area in software engineering, where people are looking at ways where you can tell like code smell and all those kind of things. And in order to help coders or software engineer write better code, and also to highlight potential issues with code that goes beyond just syntax errors. But anyway, simple example that we have before us is Kite. Hopefully we'll play. Oh, did it? Start recording.
Welcome to Kite, the AI-powered coding assistant to help you code smarter and faster. Kite uses advanced statistical models to...
Can I double check? Can you hear all right?
Yes.
Welcome to Kite, the AI-powered coding assistant to help you code smarter and faster. Kite uses advanced statistical models to automate away the repetitive parts of programming. Your coding assistant is always learning and improving, harnessing data from code you've written in the past and over 40 million open source code files on the internet to save you keystrokes and keep you in flow. Let's start with completions. We've all gotten used to AI finishing our sentences for us, but completions for programming are still not very smart. Code completion with Kite is different. When you open your favorite text editor with Kite installed, completions immediately start saving you time. Kite acts as your co-pilot throughout the day, providing you with ranked completions powered by machine learning. If you're writing code in Python, you'll also notice in-editor documentation lookup and function signatures while you type. Kite's completions will help you code smarter and faster. In fact, Kite can easily complete full lines of code and even multiple lines of code with just one keystroke. Kite speeds you up without interrupting your flow. Kite was designed to seamlessly integrate with your favorite coding environment. The program automatically detects supported text editors and IDEs on your computer and then installs those plugins. The next time you start writing code, you'll notice that completions are now powered by Kite. Kite is available to download right now for free at kite.com. Code faster with Kite, the AI-powered coding assistant.
I think one good news is that they say it's free, right? So hopefully you can download it and start using it. I have not tried it myself yet, but I'm looking forward to trying it out soon. And that take us to other examples like travel booking system. I have heard there's an issue with the first video, so I'm going to skip the first video, go to the second one before we go back to the first one. If we're okay with the first one, I will let it play fully. If we are not, at least I'll play this one and then we understand. Just bear with me, I'm making.
My name is Charles Boone.
We are not interested in adverts. I do apologize. Adverts play.
And I moved to Japan.
Travel can be stressful. You spend hours searching for flights and hotels, trying to find the best price. And you can get easily.
Can I double check? Could you hear that clearly?
Yes.
Travel can be stressful. You spend hours searching for flights and hotels, trying to find the best price. And you can get easily overwhelmed. Leave it to the last minute, paying far more than you expected. You get there, but it's hard work and expensive. Or maybe you don't even go at all. Travel can be easier. Hopper is easier. Hopper can show you the cheapest days to fly to hundreds of destinations around the world. We let you know when to book and when to wait, predicting future prices with 95% accuracy. Who knows? We might even find somewhere you never knew you wanted to go. When you watch a trip, Hopper will monitor prices and do the work for you, allowing you to spend more time on the important things. Our bunnies work behind the scenes, finding you the best possible prices. And with savings up to 40%, you'll actually have money left over to spend. Hopper will never let you miss a flight deal, sending you a notification instantly when prices drop, recommending you to book now, or maybe just wait a little longer. It's that easy. Hopper is a fast, safe, and easier way to book on your phone. You can book flights and hotels securely, directly in the app, with just a few taps and a swipe. Also, there are no cheeky hidden fees. The fare bearer is on the case. Hopper has helped over 30 million travelers track prices and book trips around the world. And we have the best 24/7 customer support team, made up of actual real bunnies. Sorry, real humans. No ads, no spam, no stress. Just accurate predictions and travel deals. So relax. Booking travel just got easy. Oh, and it's free. That's Hopper.
That's fun. Another free one, which is Hopper, help you to book traveling. I'm going to try my luck with the first one, but I'll let you confirm whether you can or cannot hear.
Can you please speak a bit louder?
Oh, okay. Thanks for letting me know. Can you hear me?
Somehow.
Okay.
You appear far from your microphone.
My head is almost into the computer. So can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, I do apologize for that. I think it's just fluctuating, the mic auto adjusting itself. So hopefully it's a lot better now. One last check. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
So I think I know what to do. Just wait a bit before we continue. So let's see whether this one will play all right. Then we will, if it doesn't play, just stop me immediately. If you don't hear it, stop me immediately, okay?
Yes.
What is the easiest way to make money online using your...
That's not it. It's not about making money. Let me skip that in 2 seconds.
I'm super excited to be here and we have some great updates for you guys. Now, before I get started, let's look at the Mezi story. So at Mezi, we believe that every traveler deserves a first-class experience. And
are we okay with this, or is we struggle to hear this while follow the accent?
We can
hear.
Okay, do let me know. I'll still try my best. It's quite long. Do let me know if it gets out of place. Just let me know, and then I'll.
that we are putting a travel assistant in their pocket. The more you travel, the better it gets. Now, with our mobile always approach,
Can you subtitles, please?
Innovation, advanced and machine learning.
Thank you. There you are.
technologies, we are able to deliver a superior service and delight to the travel industry so that planning and booking travel doesn't feel like work. Now let's look at evolution of Mezi. Mezi was born slightly more than 2 years ago in June of 2015. When we had launched, we were a shopping assistant. What we realized in the first 6 months after we launched was that travel, fashion, and gifts emerged as the 3 biggest verticals. Now, what we observed was that travel was growing at around 300% month on month, whereas other verticals were growing at around 70% month on month. So in 2016, we decided to go all in on travel. We have been building technology that goes really deep in the travel space. Now said that, let's see where we stand as of today. So in the last 2 years, we have built a platform that has worked with the consumers. We have worked with more than 100,000 travelers till date. Our AI and NLP has processed more than 50 million words. Our AI chatbots have learned from more than 500,000 conversations. And as of today, we have achieved more than 60% automation rate. So now what we are doing is that with this proven platform that has worked with the consumers today, we are exposing it as an AI-powered travel as a service. So I'm super excited to announce that today we are launching Mezi for Business. This is going to be the biggest deployment of AI in the corporate travel space. And with this, we are also announcing partnerships with 5 awesome companies. We have partnered with American Express, Castro Travel, W Travel, Adelman Travel, and Bluefish. Now let's see what we are offering them as a part of the Mezi for Business. First and foremost, AI-powered chatbots. We empower our businesses with a suite of travel bots that are able to automate their requests up to around 60% out of the box without any training. The bots sit between their customers and their travel agents. Now for their customers, we offer them completely white label branded apps for iOS and Android. For the travel agents, we offer them a state-of-the-art travel dashboard, which is like full-blown messaging CRM. It allows them to centrally manage the conversations with all their customers. So here's an example where Janet is trying to book a flight from San Francisco to New York. And as you can see, when she sends in a message, our AI bots are getting back to her. They talk to her, clear all the requirements. So as an agent, when you're looking at this dashboard, it feels like an experience of driving a Tesla. The car is driving itself. You're sitting there. If you want to take control, you can take it. Otherwise, you can sit back and relax. So that's the kind of experience we are bringing to the corporate travel industry. Now, once the requirements are cleared, our bots will even do the research, pick 3 recommendations that are highly personalized to Janet's requirement and send them back. Now, as a travel agent, you can also go all manual. We give you complete ability to search for any flight around the world, do it right inside the travel dashboard, pick the recommendations and send it back to your customers. We do the same for hotels. We have indexed 1 million hotels around the world, and agents can easily search and share these recommendations back with the customers. Now, what becomes really interesting with the travel dashboard is that for the first time, it enables complete collaboration between the bots and the travel agents. When the travel agent receives a message from the customer, he's able to dig deeper into that particular message and see how the bots are inferring it. He's able to train the bots right there. So this allows the agents to make the platform better on a daily basis with every conversation. And that is how Mezi as a platform is smarter today morning as compared to yesterday evening. We are also giving our partners an ability to create dynamic profiles for each customer. These profiles are created automatically for them. These are living profiles. They are updated in real time as the conversation is happening between the customers and the AI bots. So we call them 3-dimensional profiles. Till now, we have seen some great traction with our initial beta customers. We launched at the start of this year, and the beta is going really well with some of our partners. We are seeing an engagement rate of 85%. And this engagement is not just opening the app or surfing around. This is users actively sending messages to Mezi. We have seen that 30% of the buyers who actually buy on the platform are coming back within the first 30 days to complete another transaction. We have also seen that every traveler is on an average spending around $800 per transaction. And we have consistently maintained our automation rates of 60% across all our partners. So we are pretty excited about Mezi for Business and believe that this is really an opportunity for us to disrupt the corporate travel space. I hope you get a chance to dive deeper into it and visit Mezi.com. But with Mezi in your pocket, it's go time. Thanks a lot.
How much of it could we actually hear?
Have.
Nothing, nothing.
Did you say nothing? Were you just reading?
But I'm being honest.
I did say stop me. Don't let it play all the way to the end. I did say that. But the interesting thing with this particular app is the fact that yes, is they say it's constantly evolving. Sorry, can you hear me? Or-
Yeah, we can.
Okay. The interesting bit is the fact that they said the travel agents can go in and pretty much correct the suggestions the AI, so or the bot, so pretty much train the bot in the field or on the go. And for me, it gets me thinking about something that we'll be talking about soon, which is the ethics side of it. So what if I'm a travel agent, I'm unhappy with Mezi, or I'm just unhappy with my boss or something, and I give a lot of wrong information. The bot is likely to cost the company a lot of information because pretty much I'm just giving it bad training in the field, or probably the whole company can go bankrupt or something. And of course, if it's a big company with a lot of users, by the time people find out, it's already caused more harm than good. Are we okay for me to continue?
Yes.
So a couple of more examples. This particular slide played up.
Travel can be stressful.
Let's see what I will play for us this time.
As employee-initiated spend becomes more challenging to manage, how do you streamline processes, reduce risk, and make the experience effortless for your travelers? Simple. With SAP Concur's travel, expense, and invoice management solutions, you can deliver intelligent tools and apps to make your employees' jobs easier, and also gain access to a consolidated view of the data that drives your business. SAP Concur provides easy-to-use tools to instantly book travel, submit expenses or invoices, and access real-time data so you can manage employee spend however, whenever, and wherever it happens, all from a single trusted source. It's easy to search for flights or trains, reserve a car, and find a hotel in the right location with SAP Concur's intuitive interface. Accessing global travel content from a variety of sources, including directly from suppliers, SAP Concur displays results including corporate negotiated and published prices, ensuring employees can choose the best policy-compliant options available. Gain insight into expenses before and as they occur. With built-in policy controls, it's easy to identify which suppliers are preferred, offer e-receipts, and are policy compliant. As employees make travel selections, the booking and e-receipt data is seamlessly integrated with Concur Expense, resulting in an expense report that practically writes itself. Many travel suppliers automatically send e-receipts into SAP Concur, speeding up the expense process. Provide a seamless mobile experience with SAP Concur's mobile app. Now, keeping track of all those paper receipts is a thing of the past. The convenient and simple-to-use app ensures all the details are accurately captured and categorized as an expense entry or matched to the appropriate charge card transaction. Our ecosystem of partner apps supports many business needs, from finding a rental car, to managing taxes, to your specific industry needs. These apps not only make life easier when on the road, but integrate directly with SAP Concur, enabling expenses and e-receipts to be entered automatically. With the SAP Concur mobile app, it's never been easier to view reports, invoices, and trips, spot exceptions, and approve or deny even when you're away from the office to ensure employees get reimbursed faster. The SAP Concur mobile app not only expedites review and approval for managers, but enables employees to effortlessly book travel and create and submit reports by selecting expenses captured with the app. And for employees always on the road, Concur Drive can automatically track mileage from when a vehicle starts and stops, instantly upload the trip to Concur Expense, and reduce the possibility of expensive errors in self-reported mileage. The power of integrating travel and expense on a single platform means you can start an expense report with one click. Behind the scenes, SAP Concur Smart Match technology practically writes the expense report for you, seamlessly and accurately combining booked travel, corporate card, and e-receipt data. With e-receipts, SAP Concur itemizes your expenses for you, applying policy rules where applicable. In addition, SAP Concur makes it easy to add all types of expenses from different payment methods. Often, the same employees initiating spend for T&E are also submitting invoices for vendor payment. Concur Invoice streamlines and automates AP processes, eliminates paper, and reduces processing time by as much as 30 days. And because it's managed on the same platform as travel and expenses, you get insight into all spend in one place. Electronic and paper invoices can be captured by SAP Concur and systematically routed for review. No more lost invoices or late payments. And with 2- and 3-way matching, only valid payment requests can be submitted. Is tracking and managing spending becoming more difficult? SAP Concur's reporting solution includes over 200 dashboards and standard reports, as well as ad hoc reporting capabilities. It also provides automated alerts and analytics for the issues affecting your organization and personalized data to meet the needs of each department.
So I'll pause this one here. You can tell this one is a little bit more mature compared to the other ones that we have been looking at. Can you hear me clearly?
No, please.
Oh, okay. I'll give it 2 seconds to search for them. Can you hear me?
No.
No. Is it much better?
Yes.
Okay. So I was just saying that compared to the earlier examples we've seen, this one is a bit more mature in terms of the features it makes available to you, personalization and everything. But one thing that I find really interesting is the fact that it says that, yes, it can help you pay your bills, right? And I think that's quite sensitive, because if it goes wrong, then it means that you can pretty much run you bankrupt within 2 seconds. But another interesting app when it comes to bills and management of finances is most of the bank apps available these days, like my bank here. Their app can tell you or show you where your expenses are going from and where you are spending the most. So let's say if you are spending more on transportation in terms of fuel and other things where you use your bank card, or if you are spending more on food or in restaurants or in groceries, and it gives you some breakdown. But again, you can set up things like limitation on how much you want to spend in each area. And of course, it can give you suggestions on how you can improve reduce your spending and improve your savings. So the next couple of slides, I think we can skip them, but can pretty much talk about them briefly. The videos will be made available to you, or you can get the links from me later. So in terms of AI note-taking apps, you've got other options such as Aria and Avoma. Pardon my pronunciation if you say it differently. But yeah, we did look at Word, or using the dictate feature of Word. Realized it was not maybe 100%, but it was a little bit accurate as well. And of course, there are various options such as Dragon and other things that can also be used. And you can the other examples such as Todoist, and also you've got Bits.ai that you can use for note taking. You can watch this into details later on if you want, but what I want us to do is to take quick 5 minutes break, and after the 5 minutes comfort break, we will come back to do an activity and continue. So quick 5 minutes comfort break. Unless really you don't want it, and I'm more than happy to continue.
No, we'll take it.
You've had a good break and you've come back refreshed, and you won't be thinking about food right now, even though I'm already thinking about food. But let's see. And hopefully you can hear my voice well as well.
Yes, please.
Wonderful. So here's the task, right? In pairs. So let's work in pairs, and we have enough time to come back to feedback to it as well. So in pairs, or probably with the person next to you, or you, it's also okay if you want to work by yourself. That means you have to discuss with everybody, but find someone to join. Here's what we want to do. I want you to make a list of the repetitive tasks that you would do, or basically you need to train somebody to do for you. This person is, think about the person as an AI. So just some of the repetitive tasks in your life, right? And this is what you are expected to do. So you want to look for which AI system or which AI app that that is available and can do the task that you are interested in doing. So you have one list, which is the task, another list, which is the app, and then you are mapping the app to each of these. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, so you have the task and then you have the app that help you to resolve this. So as an option after this session, you can pick one or two that you want to start using in your life or start training as your bot. But in class right now, I think 10 minutes will be good enough to do this. So discussion around it, make a note of your list and be prepared to share with the class. I am interested in knowing which ones are also free and which ones are not. And if you're already using one, do let us know. So 10 minutes, the clock will start now. Are we clear on what we expected to do?
Yes.
Everything you have in stock. So let's say your food items, you want to know the amount you have in stock, and each time you have to go and count. But I found an AI called Powerhouse AI, which automatically keeps inventory of what you have. And also, I find it difficult trying to decide what to wear each day. So I searched and I found, didn't give it any, but there was an AI for picking outfits. It was developed. I'm professor at Cornell University. They've not given it, but it exists. But I don't know whether they have made it into an app or not. And also, in recent times, there has been a lot of bots that send out friend requests on Instagram. So normally you have to go and check their profile to see the number of friends they have and whether they have some profile pictures, and I'll be able to flag them as bots. But Facebook has an AI called Sybil Edge AI, which can detect bots. Thank you.
Wait. What's the name of Facebook's AI?
Sybil Edge, SYBILEDGE. Yeah, Sybil Edge.
Oh, good. Sybil Edge. Is Powerhouse AI free?
Pardon?
Powerhouse AI, is it free?
No, please.
Thank you so much for sharing with the class. I would normally clap, but if I clap, it's going to make really loud noise. So next row, let's go with next row on a different table. Each person from a different row is going to have a chance. Well, not each person, at least one person from a row.
So for our group, basically, the task of making a to-do list, schedule into your calendar, and we found the AI system called AI, which is basically going to list, and then, as I said, schedule it to your calendar and see. Okay, so you said you're going to do this at this time, and it will contact for you to see if you've done said work. And then we did another one for reading and replying. That one we found Melitica. Basically, it's going to go through your emails and then create drafts for certain replies. See, and you will have to manually actually check drafts, replies. And our final two was just basically checking your schedule and
Sorry, pause. Someone is close to the microphone. You seem to be dragging a lot, something on next to it. It's going to ruin the recording for you to catch up on later. So if you are close to the microphone, please, not the person talking, of course. It's those close. Maybe there are two microphones, the other one. Please continue.
yes, the final thing was checking your schedules and scheduling appointments. And for that, we tested out and found that Siri can basically do those things. So yeah, those were the task and then the AI system we found out to do tasks.
That's good. I mean, the last two you mentioned is quite similar to the video we watched, isn't it? That's last time we met. But the first one, what's the name of the AI that you had?
Trevor AI.
Sorry?
Trevor AI. So basically TREVOR AI.
Was it done by Trevor Noah?
Oh, okay, yeah. Trevor Noah, everyone knows Trevor Noah. Thanks so much. Thanks for sharing.
Yes, yeah.
There's the point where I'll let Kwaku up now choose randomly who should come and share with us.
Yeah,
Hello. Some of the things that we said have been, well, the thing that we figured out have been said already. So for the new one that we had writing essays, so like for homework. And there's an
don't use it to cheat, by the way, if it is free, right?
yes, only for educational purposes. It's called Smoothing AI. So it allows users to input the topic or the course within which you are writing the essay, and then the AI will come up with a full essay based on it has. I didn't really go into the details, so I don't know exactly how it works, but I think it's based on essays that have been inputted into a database, and then it uses that to come up with new essays that you can submit.
Good.
But
Did you find out whether it's freely available or?
Okay, well, I'll check that.
Okay, thanks for sharing. And who is next?
Hello, Michael.
Hello.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so we got two in particular. So our first was an email automatic reply and reservation system. And that's a task. And then the AI system behind that is Mailytica. It's a proprietary one, so we couldn't really get much information. And the other is MapSend AI. And then its job is to help the users identify unknown locations.
What was that one? Which app is that one?
MapSend. MAPERN.
Yeah.
AI. Yeah, it's just proprietary. So
you took a shortcut and went for only the paid ones and you don't get too much. Yeah, I'm listening now. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay, thanks for sharing with us. I think it's quite interesting, especially the stuff we've shared so far. Maybe we'll take one or two more, but I'll let Kweku Okwabena decide in a second. It's quite interesting. One that I personally find interesting is getting friend requests from bots and other things and trying to get rid of them, the fake ones. So I'll let Kweku Okwabena decide whether one or two more, and then we'll continue.
Okay, so my group worked on some taxes. I mean, they've already finished talking about everything, but then we had a few we just outlined playing music, making notes, checking emails and everything, driving, replying messages, and everything has been outlined already by
Okay, so let's do this because it looks like the shortcut is already been said, isn't it? So let's do this. Mention the name of the apps that you found.
Okay, so
Yeah.
for calling, you can use Siri.
Mhm.
Can you Siri to call? Like if I say, hey Siri, call Stella, it would do it for me. I could demonstrate right now.
Oh, no, it's okay. That demonstration.
And for plagiarism checker, we can use the AI that Grammarly has, and also we can use the AI that Robot has to help you make your English sound more sophisticated. So those are basically the different tags that we got.
Okay, thanks for sharing. Kwaku Okwam, are you happy for us to continue, or you have one more person you want us to share with us? I can see a hand up. So
Yes.
Okay, so the tasks that we focused on mostly surrounded
sorry, can you say your name for me, please? I've not learned it.
Nadia.
Sorry?
Nadia.
Oh, hi, Nadia. Go ahead, please.
Okay, so our tasks were surrounding food. So the first was finding a place to eat because we realized that's something that we struggle with. And there's this app called Luka, Luka, that looks through the restaurants and then helps you decide like the appropriate one to go to based on what you want to eat. And then there was another AI that when you put in a picture of food you want to make, it gives you a recipe for that food. It's called, sorry?
That's interesting. Please go ahead. Don't stop.
It's called Pick to Recipe. So you just upload a picture of the food you want, and then the output is a recipe for the dish that you want to make. So yeah.
Can I ask, is that one freely available, or you don't know?
I don't know.
If someone has that, I would like you to try that on Fufu to see what it comes up with. Thank you so much.
And they recognize that.
So still right on point, and thank you so much. And of course, thanks to Kwekwe and Kwabna in the room for helping to moderate on that side as well. Thank you all. Well done to you. Yes, those clapping here for you. Okay, so that sort of take us to just a few slides. I'll skip some slides in a second, but those ones are the ones that you can easily catch up on as well. Just the whole concept of I want to do something differently, but let's go on with this. Bear with me 2 seconds. I don't want to give away everything I intend to do in 2 seconds. So just bear with me. We'll only take 1 second to fix this. And no 1 second, literally, but you know what I mean. Take a short time to fix.
Yeah.
I hope I'm still recording though. Yep, I haven't paused it, so that's. That's interesting. Yeah, now it fixed. Oh, good. Phew. Sort of already giving the clue in advance, but hopefully you'll see that when you're doing the recording stuff. Right. So it's just the whole idea that well, machines are going to take over our lives and other things. The whole concept of general AI more or less taking over human life, taking over our jobs, I would say. And the question is that going to happen? And if that happens, yes, some tasks are repetitive in nature, especially within the supply chain and things like Industry 4.0 coming up and other things. Yes, computers are good at doing some particular things compared to human beings, but then it just means that the role that human beings play in the industry is what is going to change, because eventually it's still going to need a person to do the supervision of what the robot does, or even to program the robots or to see the outcomes that they do come up with. I'm just using robots as an example. And of course, the scary situation that people say, if you've ever watched Terminator, is the fact that Skynet, the AI system, it became self-aware within 3.5 weeks of its making. And this sort of caused panic in humanity and other things, with humanity trying to pull up the plug, and Skynet fought back. And it's always the worry of this happening in real life. So I've got a couple of questions. Just answer yes or no, right? Almost like that song that says yes, no. I'm not a musician. I'm not going to try to sing. So let's see. Can AI calculate at lightning speed, or can it calculate lightning fast?
Yes.
Does it have common sense?
No.
I like the unanimous. No. Did somebody say something else?
Yes.
No.
I was just about to say I like the unanimous no until I heard something that sounds like something else. Does AI have logic?
Yes.
Yes. And I'll say the good thing is that when we started talking about AI, we started with logic. Dr. Kosa in that session, where we looked at things practically as well. I'm aware you ran some tutorials back then. See how things progress or how things grow. And here's the tricky part. Does it have reason?
No. Yes. The train data.
The person that said yes, do you want to share with us?
Have reason.
Or is it, who said yes? Show yes.
Was Obed.
Okay, so the reason I said yes was because the reason I said yes was because, like, if there is logic, there should be like a reason, there should be something that follows the logic. That's why I said yes. I mean, it's common sense.
I like the way you ended that by saying it's common sense. But when we asked whether AI has common sense, you all said no.
No, I'm saying that, like, knowing that reason follows logic is common sense. I'm not saying AI doesn't have common sense. It doesn't have.
Okay, how about someone who said no?
The whole class said no.
Let's go with someone from the whole class who said no then, and want to justify.
Answer.
Defend yourself, right?
Someone is ready.
Yeah, so my reason for saying no is that AI is not a social being, and I believe that human reasonings are usually motivated by social or we have attributes that are human, that motivates human reason that an AI cannot have. An AI is just a robot developed from something, and then it is given a goal. So it doesn't have that self developing reason. It doesn't have the ability to self-develop a reason. So I feel that it doesn't have a reason.
Thank you very much for being bold and speaking on behalf of the rest of, or the 99% of the class that were being shy to share their voice as well. Yeah, thanks to you both also for giving your justification. You notice that when you're following logic, it's a set of rules, isn't it? If this and that, A or B, or just switch, basically just a set of combinations.
Michael, please, Obed has a question.
Obed, go for it. I know your question, but let's go. Go for it, Obed.
Yeah, please. So I didn't agree with what he said.
Obed, give your version. Go on.
Yeah, please. He said he was defining human reasoning. The question said, does it have reason? in OpenAI is saying human reason and like it doesn't like he's trying to justify how human beings think and then perform their actions with the generic definition for reason.
AI is created to mimic humans. So then it is implicit that we are talking about humans.
No, but yeah, he has to also reflect from Dr. Costa's teaching back that AI had 3 definitions. It's evolved to imitating what humans do. So I still don't think like this thing is not big case. Just it's reason. Like it's not something big. It's not deep like that. It's just reason. It doesn't have to be human reason. Like there should be a yeah.
Thank you both though. I mean, I like the debates going on. I'm not sure whether Kweku or Kwabena have boxing gloves in the room though. I see one hand at the back. Yeah.
Your man another person too is coming.
Let's make sure everybody is safe first, okay?
Yeah, hello. Sir Michael, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Jesus speaks. Okay. Yes, I was part of the people who would say AI has got no reason. Okay. And then, yeah, my submission is, I feel reason by nature is induced depending on the situation you find yourself in. And then AI, apart from the fact that it's been subjected to a certain kind of training, then within those confines that is able to reason and then see that this is that. When the reasons are gone beyond, AI cannot induce any reason to say that, okay, this is that or what. So that is why I would say AI has got no reason.
Okay, thank you so much for your contribution. I like the way the moment you started with your justification. Someone was like, right. Does one more person want to say something regarding the reason part, or do you want us to continue? Is there time? Yeah. Again, I'll thank Kwabena for keeping you guys safe, right? Without boxing gloves and everything. Healthy debates, we are saying. So, I mean, if I do a really quick random Google search to find for the definition of reason, right? A cause, explanation, or justification for an action or event. If we are to go back few steps to things like the machine learning part of things, remember when we were looking at it with this, yes, you're providing data to train the system, but it's pretty much more or less acting as a black box. It's just looking at patterns. It's got no idea, one, why the pattern looks so, or no idea how it's really arrived at those particular conclusions. There is a human element when it comes to emotion part of having a reason or justifying why you took a certain actions. Most AI is just following a set of rules that we've laid out to it. That's why the logic part makes sense, yes. But in terms of why these rules are so, most of the time, answer is right. And yes, we can spend more time on the debates. And I'm really happy that we've had these sort of debates in the class as well. I'll just jump to a few and we'll continue. We have enough time to do really quick discussion in the end, and I love what is going on. I wish I was there and I had chocolate with me to give to each and every single person who has talked. Does AI have curiosity?
Make it pause.
Does AI has curiosity? Does it possess curiosity? Does it have? Sorry.
No.
Wonderful. So we've got a few slides which I'll let you be the ones to decipher when it comes to the human element and why we always need human. But within 1 minute, I want us to answer this. I'll read it out really fast. you say your answer straight away, okay? So which of these roles do not play a significant, I'll highlight significant part in the construct of AI? Is it A, electrical engineers, B, analysts, C, data engineers, or D, data scientists?
Electrical engineers.
Electrical engineer, right? That's quite sad considering that I am an electrical engineer, but we will fix it on the significant part, okay? Right? Let's say the significant, the word significant there. B, which example best represents the process of augmenting yourself? Is it A, wearing an exoskeleton, B, implementing electrodes under your skin, C, teaching bots to support your work, or D, wearing VR goggles?
Teaching bots.
Teaching bots to support your work. Whoever said that whichever day I see you in person, you're getting chocolate from me.
Oh.
That was Joseph. Yeah, Joseph.
Joseph, you have to remind me though. I'll probably be a very really old person by then. Who knows? But you have to remind me when we do meet. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the last one. Which of these is better suited for AI than humans? Is it finding patterns in large data set? Or B, detecting when results do not pass the smell test? Smell test basically when something seems off, right? C, identifying problems that need to be solved. Or D, inventing new ideas. Sorry about that. Is it? Did we all say the same thing? I didn't hear much. Okay, good. Everybody says finding patterns. This was the point where I say thank you so much. I mean, for me, it is always fun, but hopefully for your side too, it has been fun. If you do have questions for me, just please put them together, send it to me or send it through Kweku or Kwabna. Just me being out of time. But if there is more time on your side, I'm going to stay on.
Thank you.
Thank you all so much. I'll stop the recording here.